What was Cam Newton like as a teammate?
But after a while, man, he just became one of the guys in the locker room.
How competitive were you at the Boys and Girls Club?
I like to say I was pretty competitive.
Can you tell us some key lessons that you learned in your athletic career?
Not letting that build into that doubt that I might have.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Keystone 5. My name is Khalil, and today we're going to resume part 2 of the interview with James Bradberry. If you haven't seen part 1, click right there. Everyone else, enjoy the show. All right, so being a professional athlete, there's a lot of twists and turns and things that the normal person that's watching ESPN or Fox Sports doesn't see on a daily basis. So what is your normal day as an NFL player during the season?
Well, first I would say it pretty much consists of all football. So we get up in the morning. Of course, if you have any pre-existing injuries or whatnot, you need to rehab for. Usually get up to the stadium around 6:30. And then usually the meetings don't start till 8. And then we go have our practice. And then after practice, we eat lunch, and then we have more meetings. So pretty much it's just all football all day. And then when you're done with your day, most people like to get extra film in. So you watch film after you leave the facility as well.
I think that type of day sounds more like I want to say more routine, because Monday, let's say you have a game on Sunday, you have that Monday off.
Yeah, so our schedule is, so we play Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, we usually come in and get a lift, just depending on the team. I know in Carolina, we came in on Mondays, got our lift. We also did like the game review. So you might watch the game and correct our mistakes and whatnot, but then you're off the rest of the day. Tuesday is our off day. Gotta have one off day throughout the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are our practice days. Wednesday, Thursdays are our longest. So that's more like your 9 to 5. Friday was usually a half a day. So we go 8 to 12, 8 to 1, whatever. And you got the rest of the day off. Saturday was a walkthrough. But you also got meetings late on that night because you got me at the hotel. And football players, we stay in the hotel because we got curfew. And we do that for 16 weeks. Well, now it's 18 now. And then, of course, you got playoffs. You do that for 20, 22 weeks.
Coming from Arkansas State, out of high school, what made Samford's football program so special, especially after transferring?
For me, it was the coaches. The head coach, Pat Sullivan, the late, great Pat Sullivan. But just the people that I met there, the coaching staff that they had there made it special for me. Athletes, of course, we stick together because we're athletes. We understand what each other is going through in the classroom as far as our work schedule and whatnot. But of course, you still have your cliques and whatnot. I pretty much hung out with football players all the time. I was at Samford.
With the social unrest and social justice, how do you feel about it? Just everything that's going on right now?
Well, first, I would probably say that I don't think it's anything that we haven't seen before. There's been protests and there's been riots and stuff going on for decades before 2020. But it was just a matter of time. Now we have cameras and stuff, so you hear about everything that happens. And really, I'm interested in seeing what the I guess the verdict is on the 3 police officers. That's all we're asking for, make everything equal. We want to be treated the same way you treat our counterparts, But I think it was long overdue, and I think this isn't the first time it's happened. It probably won't be the last time it happened. Yeah, I remember being a counselor, and the one thing you can't do as a counselor is choose favorites and pick favorites, treat people differently. Because once you treat one, like say you have I don't want to say a good kid and a bad kid, but you have a kid.
No, you're right. And
you get away with something, of course that bad kid's gonna come right behind him. Like, why I can't do that?
Right.
And once one of them go bad and he starts spreading rumors about you that you playing favoritism, it's over with. Yeah, I think that's a disconnect too in society, especially like with the police officers, and especially police officers that's working in the poverty and stricken areas. You know, it's the disconnecting between just building that relationship. Yeah. You know, once the community knows that you're for them, that you want them to do, that you want them to succeed, and you want this community to thrive, you know, of course they're going to be more open to dealing with you when something occurs. But from the most part, what I've seen, most of like the videos and even people on Twitter that's posting stuff, it's just a disconnect, you know, honestly.
Being a Boys and Girls Club alumni, how has the Boys and Girls Club helped you become the NFL player you are today?
One way, I think, you know, being able to interact, you know, with different people, you know, different races, different genders, different backgrounds as far as coaching. I'm able to interact with people. And of course, that when you play sports in general, that kind of helps, it builds that camaraderie. And also, the Boys and Girls Club gave me my first job, so it taught me a lot about responsibility, showing up on time. There's going to be consequences for your actions if you don't get something done. You know, you might dock your pay, or they might not put you on for next week. Certain stuff like that. So it taught me a lot about responsibility. So you approach it the same way when you're in the league and when you play at college football. You know, you give it your all because, you know, at the end of the day, you want the best result to come out on the field. You know, the road hasn't been easy, but I mean, I've heard some hard stories out there. You know, guys getting cut left and right, and they finally make it on the team, and they finally get that payday. You know, guys being walk-ons at certain colleges, and then they become an NFL star. You know, so I know guys have had rougher roads than me. So I really don't think about all the stress most of the time. I just try to enjoy the game. I got drafted, you know, I'm thinking, oh, I'm on an NFL team. I walk in the locker room, I get thrown out there the first rep. I'm like, man, what's going on? And I'm just out there playing, bro. Like, I'm just out there playing. Then we finally get to the season, you know, and I think you think your spot's secure, you know, I think I'm good. I'm gonna make it through the whole season. Week 3, one of our starters get cut. And that's when it kind of like click on for me. I'm like, oh, this could be over like tomorrow. And people always tell me like, you know, try to get the most out of your NFL career, you know, try to make a network, meet people in the business industry. But in the off season, you're not thinking about that. You think about recovering, you think about enjoying your off time, because during that season, man, you out there putting your body on the line. You out there sustaining injuries that you got to take care of in the off season. Make sure your body is ready for year 2. You know, so it's a lot of things that go into it, man. Then everybody wants to talk to you, so you hang out with everybody, hang out with your friends. And people, some dudes travel. They go to Miami, go to New York. I travel too, so I went to Miami. It's a lot, you know. But you don't think about it until it's over.
Well, that concludes this interview. I just want to say thank you so much, James, for taking the time to talk with me.
Man, I appreciate you, brother, for taking the time to interview me. It was fun.
Thank you, man. This is an honor, man.
Thank you for watching the Keystone 5 video. We hope you learned more about James Bradberry and his Boys and Girls Club experience. For those of you just watching the videos and not subscribing, be sure to subscribe today so you can get a notification every time the Keystone 5 puts out a video. Also, be sure to comment what your favorite question from the interview is inside of our comment section. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next week.